Alright. So things to think about with this game. It's on 4.5. It's a Diamond 5 solo queue level, roughly. So I should be generally beating my opponents. I hit Diamond 1 last season, so it should be a little better there. But let's talk about things. So first of all, my general setup here. 21 offense, 6%, right, on hybrid pen. No extra mana regen, no extra health regen. I'm still running flat armor. I'm still doing 2 lifesteal quints. 21 offense, though. I have the Feast Mastery. Let's actually close chat. Okay. So I'm Ashe. I'm chilling. I'm being a bro. Doing nothing special early game. Doesn't matter. Just going to speed up. My basic goal is I pick Ashe in solo queue because she's a playmaker. She's an initiator. So then we have, you know, Nocturne, Fiora, Fiddlesticks. No one's really good at starting fights on their own. So I am playing Ashe so that I can start fights. Basically my goal, and so I try to get this catch right here, auto attack, and summoner heal. Right there. So she lives. That's fine. It's fun. I'm gonna, I guess, move the scoreboard stuff just because we can. Oh yeah, it's like it's mid lane Fiddlesticks. It's so kind of a weird setup. All right, I set up them according to the lanes. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. I think it was middle 6 to top Fiora. Okay, so Runes and Mastery is very detailed. Not much to talk about there. Doran's Blade Potion and a Warding Totem is standard opening as well. I learned Volley level 1. It's probably the proper build. Also, Summoner Heal is very, very strong in 4.5. Recommend getting it. Now, when you start the jungle, at 155 you can start your W. It hits them in time, right? You can save a quarter second or so by volleying. Now, of course, if you use it too early, you completely whiff the ability and can't use it again for the entire rest of the pull. If you use it late, it doesn't hurt that much. But by using it a bit early, I save a quarter second, and I land 1, 2, 3 basic attacks. 3 basic attacks to me is the magic number where no matter how badly your minions aggro the enemy minions, you are not going to miss out on CS. So my minions come down, and you can see they're mostly focusing this one. 2 casters, 2 melees, and I am there in time to last hit it and not lose out. So one thing that I'm doing now while I'm playing this game is my attack damage is 74, right? I can always track how much damage I deal when I attack a champion or when I attack a minion. Whenever a minion gets low, when I see either little blobs going towards a minion, or I see its health bar low like this one, I click it and I say, oh, 68 health. I do 74 damage, I can last hit that. That's mine. This one, oh, it's at 97. I'm going to wait. Oops, I screwed up. I didn't wait until the minion finished hitting. That's a missed CS. Okay, now, one thing you can do, though, is I want to hit level 2 first. So I want to push the wave. Now, there's a little weird thing about pushing the wave. There's 2 things to keep in mind. Number 1, you get level 2 by killing the entire first wave and 3 melee minions of the second wave. So you have to obviously kill minions faster than your opponent, otherwise they'll level before you. No duh. The second thing to think about, though, is if you push the wave too fast, you push the wave down to their turret, and you'll meet here, and then you can't play aggressively. What you want is to be ahead in minions, but only by a little bit. So that the next minion wave reaches right here, you kill their wave first, they're not level 2, and you can go harass them. That's the goal. So I'm hitting minions as much as I can. And you can see that now these guys are both taking damage. I don't want to miss it, so I wait for some damage. Oh, and I screw up again. I wasn't paying attention to what minions were hitting what minions, and when something was very close to dead, I attacked it again. Now, one thing to keep in mind, caster minions have 25 roughly attack damage. They hit for 24. Melee minions hit for 12. That roughly holds true at all times. Casters do roughly double the damage of melee minions. Melee minions attack roughly twice as fast as caster minions. But that number is basically 25 and 12. Also, you generally do close to true damage to minions. So you can, I should say to non-canon minions. So you can generally keep that in pretty good repair. So again, now I wait this time. 104, two minions hit, brings it down to 50, and I get to kill it. Very easy last hit. Okay, so we can see now that the minion wave is still frozen back here. Their wave is coming soon, but not soon enough. And they only have 1 minion left. I only have 2 left. So my minion wave is bigger, meaning they have less experience. Soraka's ready to harass. I'm ready to harass, right? If she comes up, I can hit her. And I want to buy as much time as possible, but then it gets low, and I last hit it. So now look. Because we pushed too fast, instead of being here, we are down here. We've pushed too quickly. Now, that said, Caitlyn didn't push at all. If she had pushed at all, I would have had to push that fast and then try again next wave. So, I volley out. I get some harass because she was in range. I always will look for volleys. And now, I want to keep my health topped off, and I want to kill this wave first. I will push as fast as I possibly can. 147 health. And then I hit a high health minion next. I have to kill all 3 anyway. So I don't want to risk losing one to a minion, so I say, okay, you know, 100 health, 150. Okay, this is getting low. This is getting low to auto attack damage. 64, great, mine. This one's getting low next. I'll wait. And then I see another bolt coming in. The bolt hits. 88, mine. This will bind me. Okay, so whenever you see a skill shot, here's another rule. When skill shots come in, do not dodge the skill shot. That is, I mean, this sounds stupid. Your goal is not to dodge the skill shot. Your goal is to be unhittable by the skill shot. Whenever you are anywhere in lane, your goal should not be, oh my god, I've got to dodge, juke back and forth. Your goal should be, by the time he casts the spell, I can be behind a minion. That is the only way to guarantee that you will never, ever get hit by a skill shot. Right? I'll back up 15 seconds and show you it again, because I think it's really, really relevant, right? I am not afraid of Morgana. I am not afraid of Morgana. I'm still not afraid of Morgana. I'm still not afraid of Morgana, right? There is no angle for her dark binding, right? Between Morgana and me, there's no angle for dark binding. I'm chilling here. I'm hitting minions. I don't really care. I'm between minions and Morgana. I'm still between minions and Morgana. And now Morgana comes out here, right? She's looking for an angle. Soraka's smart. She goes down to the right-hand side so that this minion or this minion can block for her. Dark Binding comes out. I don't juke. I get behind the minion and hits the minion first because the minion's in front of me. That is how you dodge skill shots. Okay, so last hitting, normal stuff. We are level 2. Unfortunately, I have a support Soraka, so that doesn't help very much. But it does mean we can go run in, throw bananas at them, do some damage, whatever. They're going to last under turret. I almost pull turret out, but we're okay. Again, Dark Binding was useless there. She Qs, I don't care. Whenever you push your opponent under the turret. So by the way, right now, I hawkshot because it's 3 minutes in. He could have very easily, if he was had a good leash, had a fast clear, Nocturne could very easily have been done with Wraith, done red, and waiting in Tri-Brush. Remember, we just pushed and we have no wards. 3 minutes is the magic number for, hey guys, there might be a jungler. That is your magic number. Now I hawkshot over here because it'll watch. Okay, he's not doing double golems. He didn't come down from red. He is pretty far away, right? It watches the route down, it watches Tri-Brush, and it watches if he's over here. I don't want to hawkshot this. I don't want to hawkshot here. I actually want to hawkshot this exact area because it watches 3 important things: camping, coming down, and disrupting another camp. So I know he's far enough away that, for what it's worth, I could safely ward. So last hitting, right? Now, one thing is we have a health lead. Because we're playing pretty well against Morgana, Morgana's not really getting anywhere in on us. Again, behind the minion, Dark Binding doesn't hit. I don't care about our Q if it goes through minions. Morgana's getting some gold, no one really cares. And I'm just last hitting, same as before. Okay, we'll go faster a bit here, not very important. Basically, because I have Feast and because I have basic man regen and I have a Soraka, Volley's a pretty good harass tool. Volley does 117 damage, and I'm only level 2. Her Q does 122. Like, Volley does as much damage both over Peacemaker with no fall off. It just has to actually hit, which means I don't have to aim very well. I have to make sure there's no minions around. And I get the same kind of harass back. I have almost the same range as Caitlyn. I have a slow when I need it. Also, one thing that I do, I think this is actually pretty wise, is I don't care about Frost Shot. I'm in a defensive lane. I have a Soraka. If I had a Leona, if I had a Thresh, maybe I care, but I don't. So I learned Hawkshot at level 2. Gives me some more gold. No big deal. It's whatever. Also, one thing I'm trying to do, again, I'm getting all the minions low. I don't want to really miss CS, but I also just want to kind of volley a lot. I want to just wave clear, like, all the time. Unfortunately, I screwed that up pretty badly and I missed 2 CS. Because I'm bad. I'm not doing the math on what my volley damage is. And that's bad of me. But I get these last hits, and now, again, there's pretty low threat. Actually, Nocturne's red team. I'm dumb. Their jungler's blue team. I don't know where she was. Yeah. Same team Nocturne gank. I'm a god. Anyway, I looked for Vi. Oh yeah, we didn't ward because we knew Vi ganked somewhere else. That's what it was. Anyway, but now that it's an unknown again, I trinket ward into the Tri-Brush. Looking for ganks. Eventually we want a ward here or a ward here, but we'll do that later. I'm just so used to me being in blue that I just like forgot. I'm dumb, but either way. Okay, so Morgana, this is really good by her. She actually snuck into the rush completely and we have no control over her. So she could look for bindings really easily. I walk backwards, don't get binded, whatever. She gets silenced. I get another kind of bit of harass off. But notice that we actually did force Caitlyn to burn her potion just with basic harass. And again, I stand close to the minions, right? I'm always like right around here. So she dark bindings back there. Doesn't even matter. If she dark binded at me, she'd hit the caster minion. So it's whatever. I put down what harass I can. I get healed. No big deal. I'm just doing the standard stuff. I hawkshot. I don't want her to stay in the brush. We already have a ward. I can't hawkshot anywhere else that's useful, so I just hawkshot for the vision. Whatever. I'm just spamming. This is a bit of a mistake. I'm now isolated from my minion wave, and I have to juke. Now, thankfully, I played it right, and I juked her properly. But I burn my summoner heal very early on because I'm so afraid. We get some damage back. Soraka gets a lot of harass down. But that was very nearly me dying. Because I basically... And again, I fail, right? I'm not playing behind the minion line. And look, here comes Vi. So I get summoner healed to move faster. And I'm saving flash in case she comes in. And the silence from Soraka keeps her safe. Okay. So... Again, if you don't respect Dark Binding, it puts you in a really bad spot. That's twice in a row I didn't play behind minion waves, which is part of why, if you're the team pushing, you usually have a lot of room to play around and never get pushed on. Not only will minions be there to defend you, if they push on you, you have minions, and the minions will defend you, so you are safe. But also, you can use them to block skill shots. They fight back, and they block skill shots. So... Now that we are pushed in, we are back here. Morgana can camp in the brush. She can go up here, and we'd never know. And here's the thing, right? If Morgana, I want to talk about a lane dynamic. If Morgana were allowed to safely walk here, we are going to get dark binded. It is going to happen. We can't easily stop that. If one of us face checks, we get dark binded and get harassed. If we wait around, hope nothing happens, we get harassed, and it's miserable. If we get dark binded, Caitlyn can help. If we try to stand behind minions, like over here, to not get dark binded, we're in range of Caitlyn and we have nowhere to retreat to. We are always in range of getting harassed. So we need to put ward coverage in the brush to not let Morgana cheat up. Now Morgana has to be outside of auto attack range, right? My auto attack range is like here, right? That is my range of attack. That's Soraka's range of attack. That's her range of silence. Morgana has to be outside that range or she takes free damage. She can't attack back. Her range is short. She can't Q. There's minions in the way. Puddle is okay, but she can't fight back. So as soon as we have a ward, she can't sneak into the brush. She has to hide. That is a lane dynamic that is important. That is why trinketing brushes is important. But also a thing to keep in mind is that because they pushed, they forced a trinket out of us. We are now not able to trinket this or trinket that because we had to trinket Morgana. Because they pushed, we had to waste wards. And you can see Morgana tries to cheat up. We get some damage. I fall backwards. But now Caitlyn's not in range to support her, so I don't really care. Get that minion, whatever. But they push up to her turret. Once you realize the minion wave is much bigger for them than for you, you tend to have to back off. So I try to warm this up. Another thing I want to discuss is... last hitting under turret. This is largely done by feel, but also can be done mathematically. So a melee minion in general will take 2 turret shots and 1 auto attack from you. Unless you have no attack damage whatsoever, which if you're an AD carry you always should, it is 2 turret shots into an auto attack. Caster minions, however, is a turret shot and 2 auto attacks unless they're moderately injured. Like, these 2 are injured enough for it to be okay. Like, this is missing 60 health, this is missing 20 health, or 30 health. That's all you need. Now, I noticed this one was well above half HP. You want to get melee minions close to, but above half health. So you'll see 290 HP on it. I hit for 84. Turret hits for, it won't actually be 176. You'll see the actual number done. It goes from 298 to 83. You do about 200 damage. 210 damage, which puts it at 83. Soraka hits it for 61. Not that important. I hit for 84, and it's my CS. The ones that are injured, I will get easily. Again, 260, 280. Goes from 287 to 70. So it's 217 damage. Again, easy pickup. Now, the cool thing about a Soraka is Soraka has such low attack damage. Now she never has to hit a melee minion, but she can always hit a caster minion pretty much safely. This one's at 260 again. 260 is going to put it down to about 50 health. Now, that is actually low enough for Soraka to steal it, of course, because it was already low enough, meaning I would have gotten it too, but at least the CS didn't go anywhere. And now, the other thing to watch out for is now, when there's a melee, when there's a minion wave, the minion wave will pretty much already just do about 30 damage to it. So it's going to have 100 health from the turret shot, and then take even more damage from the minions. You'll see it's down to 280, even lower, down to 70. Arrow comes out, but of course Soraka thought she was warming it up for me, and she takes the CS with 60 damage. But you can see here that there's 3 things to watch for. If it's full health, you've got to hit it twice, or once if it's a melee. If it's not full health, how injured is it? If it's only missing like 30 HP, that's perfect, and you're going to be fine no matter what. And you can just like one-shot it pretty much regardless. If it's missing like 100 health, you've probably got to overkill it. And actually, like if a caster's missing 100 health, the turret will one-shot it. If a melee's missing 100 health, you've got to hit it once or twice to get it low enough to be within one shot. All things you have to watch for. And again, your support can help, your minions can help. Always keep in mind those things. Nocturne comes down. Goes for a bit of harass. Black Shield's going to keep her safe. Nocturne won't get almost anything here. Gets some mana and health, but it's whatever. They push back. I push the wave back down. Now that the wave is reset and Nocturne bought us some time, I want to be on the advantage in the lane. So we're cool. Okay, level 4s. Nocturne goes back across the map. You can see we're in a pretty close game. We have a small minion lead. Small gold lead overall. Of course, Morgana went for a Doran shield. We went for a coin. I also got... So Soraka got 90 gold from coin. I got 87 gold from Hawkshot. So we're like 170 gold up just from passive money. Not very much, but hey, it exists. Now, I wanted to back because I had enough money for a pickaxe. I don't know if you can see the numbers here on the screen very easily because of the webcam, but I have 1745 total gold and 70 gold in my inventory right now. I basically just bought boots and a pickaxe because I really, really like going Infinity Edge Rush on someone like Ashe. And I thought this game that I was going to be fairly safe and could kite my opponents. Also, once you get things like a pickaxe, I'm actually failing the CS really hard. Once you get like a pickaxe, you actually change all the rules on last hitting. You no longer need to hit caster minions twice. You do enough damage just with your basic attack. Now again, I really want to like volley things. I want to push the wave, so I'm attacking things that have high health, and then I will volley, and then I don't hit the little one, I hit the big one, or I just wait in the little one. Last hit it, my damage is 114. I could hit twice if I wanted to. I choose not to, and that's mine. Okay, so now my wave is pushing once again. I have half a minion wave lead, which means I have minions to stand behind. I'm pushing towards their turret. The difficulty is, though, Vi is unseen on the map, and we have no wards. Thankfully, we have a pink ward and 2 trinkets, but that's not very much. There's very high risk of us dying to a Vi gank. The good news being that, well, our flashes are both up. We have a silence for Vault Breaker. And we are unlikely to get caught by Morgana Dark Binding. Until Morgana hits 6, she has very little threat to us. I could have, if I had it up, I could have volleyed there and secured more CS. Harassing Caitlyn, but she has a Vamp Scepter. There we go, once again. I do not Hawkshot far enough. I could have Hawkshotted a little bit deeper and still seen Tribrush, but also seen double golems. That's what I should have done. But I'll Trinket Tribrush. That is the main gank path for the Vi. So I'm going to watch from our perspective, because it makes more sense. You can see how little vision we have. A ward here or a pink ward there would be superb. It would guarantee that the only way Vi could gank from river would be to Vault Breaker over Dragon and then come down. Otherwise, this Tribrush ward is enough for us. Alright, once again, they got the push lead. We sacrificed lane in order to get a ward down to watch for Vi. This allowed them to push. We had to give up the minion wave. Again, it's very important you understand the lane dynamics and not give away free advantages. If we fought for this wave, Morgana could bind us, we could take a bad fight, we could lose. So instead, we're going to sacrifice a little bit of CS. Right, that's a dead minion. Morgana, of course, can't really play too aggressively. We can harass her. She plays up, but we don't care. From that range, you can dodge Dark Binding, right? When she has to fish for it, you're okay. But she pushes up. We miss like 2 melees. I get 1. I know her Q is down, so I went in for some harass. I landed attack. I landed volley. And now it's like, okay, let's play the minions that are at the turret again. So I know there's another weird game with cannon minions. Cannon minions are very awkward. Cannons take, let's see if we can get the numbers here. 407, 395, 255. Cannons take about 140 damage from turret shots. So I'm going to wait here. I hit a caster, and then it goes down to 80, and I don't have the damage. Cannons take, so while regular minions take about, 210, 220, cannons take about 140. And you've got to put that, into your mind when you go for last hits. You've got to sort of be able to judge the health bars of minions, know how much you're going to miss, right? So again, I killed a caster while waiting for the cannon. This was going to be one-shottable, but I hopefully do something smart. I didn't do it here. I did something dumb. Unless volley's up. Basically, I could have waited. So here's another mechanic you can do on turrets. You can wait for 2 turret shots. The turret will shoot it. You can wait till the next shot is in the air, then attack. Because what happened here, right, is the turret shot, the bolt landed, it's getting ready to attack again, and I've just started an attack. It is getting ready to attack, it's going to attack something else, and my attack is not yet ready. The next turret shot will hit before my next attack. Whereas, if the turret shoots, I wait, the turret has a bolt in the air and I attack, I now are attacked from the same cooldowns, and I can land my next shot first. Which is what I should have done here, because now the turret, unless I volley, is going to steal that turret. So, or is going to steal the minion. So I had to volley there to keep the minion kill. Okay, once again, we get a Nocturne gank. We're going to try to follow up. I'm only 5, but we'll do what we can. Goes in for the Caitlyn. No surprise there. He unfortunately did not spell shield the slow. He was late, but he got the fear. Some good initial damage. I'm going to try to follow up with what I can. Some more good damage. I flashed for volley because I was going to be in range for the slow, or forcing her to flash, which means now we can turn on Morgana. Now the problem is, how greedy do we get? Soraka goes too far forward and pulls turret aggro. But Morgana is basically out of spells. She has to summon her heal, takes a bit of damage, and now I should not go any farther forward. I land one more attack, I put her down to 163 health, and here comes Vi. She gets silenced, but it's not enough. Of course, her Q already came out. This Soraka is pretty screwed. It's a gigantic heal on herself, though. And again, I'm seeing a 59 health because it was a great Q by Nocturne. He gets all 3. I'm like, I see no health with Morgana. And I ignore Vi, and I force her to flash. Soraka goes down. But now, she has no flash and no net. I get free damage on Caitlyn. A little bit of damage from Fiddlesticks. She puts on barrier. He flash drains. Down she goes. Now we get to chase down the Vi if we can. Some very good damage is dealt. My arrow, unfortunately, is late, but I hit level 6. She whiffs the flash. He does a cute thing where he fears and gives me the kill, and I nearly miss it, but it works out. So again, to replay that fight, right, I saw a low health target. I really couldn't save the Soraka, and then I managed to learn my ulti in time to win the fight. Generally speaking, whenever someone calls for Dragon, I always like clearing the wave real quick before I go. Fiddlesticks asks for help, and I say, sure, why not? I go over and help. Alright, back in the lane. Now, because they died, she got to go back and buy an extra Doran's Blade and boots. I believe that's what she bought last time. I'm just sitting on 1,560 gold. Also, Morgana has the inside track on me, and you notice that I have to get very lucky. I managed to juke the correct direction. But it was basically like she was going to Q, and she could have also walk up and maybe Ard. The cooldowns don't work very well in LoL replay. So, like, you can't trust these little displays on what cooldowns are up. So I just stay on myself, so I can at least know my own cooldowns. And I have a red buff from the previous fight, so I'm doing the same things again, right? Just pushing the wave down. Okay, I need to actually show that one off. Or not show it off, but like I need to actually discuss the fact that the fight happened. So, again, they have minion wave lead on us. I have to not get hit by Dark Binding. I don't. That's good news. So I'm fighting minions. We have no ward control over this brush. Morgana gets to walk up and face check us. You can see that we can't fight her back almost at all. So I'm getting rid of minions best I can, but she's 6, and she's in range for her ulti. And of course my flash is down. So this guy can do is try to do some damage, but she lands an easy Dark Binding. She actually should have saved the Dark Binding for after, because she should know that my flash is down. And she should save the ulti stun, and then bind after the stun lands. Because the thing is, we have heals. I would be binded for 2 more seconds if Morgana played that right. When you play Morgana, you should always wait for your ult to finish the stun, then bind. I would probably die if she did that. So, Soraka blocks it. Good guy, Soraka. We get another heal. And we're back under our turret again. I've only grown a 4 minion lead over this Caitlyn. And I have a kill where she has an assist, but she's 0-1-2 and I'm 1-0-1. So we're still pretty close together. I've not really dominated my lane or anything. We've both capitalized off some good ganks. Morgana goes for some harass. I still have not bought. And the thing is here, because I have enough money for a BF sword, I really want to push this out and get a free recall. The problem is I can't. I could have basically tried to recall after the kills bottom a little while ago, but then I wouldn't have helped Dragon. I could have recalled after Dragon, but I would have given up complete control over the lane and missed like a gigantic wave of CS. They've gotten a bunch of turret damage. By going back into lane, I am at an item deficit compared to where I could be, but I can still hold the wave pretty well. Yeah, so I shouldn't have hit that other minion right there, but these I can all one-shot. I just used a volley, which is kind of a mistake, I think, because I missed those 2 minions because of it. The volley was greedy, and I missed a bunch of CS. I actually hit a bunch of things that I shouldn't have, and didn't play the turret game properly. Okay, so we have a trinket in the brush finally. We can pay attention to Morgana a little bit. There's a lot of be careful pings. They knew that Nocturne was coming. If you look at the vision, they can tell that Nocturne's around there. Vi's around, no big deal. But I'm spamming volley. I want to get lane control. I actually go for a just a blind arrow to try to get pressure onto this Caitlyn. She gets dark. And that was a really bad spell shield by him. But she gets black shield. We have to disengage. But almost got some major damage here. So Vi comes in, and of course I have no black shield. I have no idea what Soraka's spells are like. Fear Tether is actually really good from Nocturne, but I get ulted. So Wish comes in, I think, actually early. Silence comes through, doesn't really matter. I just turn onto Morgana to get some damage and try to set up my team. But I'm basically pretty screwed here. Summoner Heal actually hits the wrong target. It actually hits the Nocturne and not me. But thankfully I have Red Buff and Frost Shot, so all I'm trying to do here is kite backwards. And the thing is, so Nocturne put enough pressure down onto the Morgana. The Morgana fully disengaged, and she's no longer part of the fight. Caitlyn, because she's been held down a lane, has very little damage. She's not much of a threat either. So Vi is by herself trying to help, trying to kill me, so she can't do it. So between the Red Buff and Frost Shot, Vi is going to get chased down. 1 hit from dead. The banana makes it happen. Red Buff gets the kill. And now he has a fresh blue buff. So, double heal is pretty useful. Of course, Soraka was very helpful. We managed to pull them into the fight. And again, dealing damage, not necessarily to the diver, but to everyone else, can help make sure the fight goes well. And he's going to ult in and kill the Morgana pretty easily. Lands the Q. Down she goes. So we have free pressure on this turret. We could back right now. But basically, I know that I can get at least 1 more wave for free. And potentially the turret as well. Kate has a quick DC. She comes back. Don't worry. There, she's already back. And so now, just in general, you should always recall in a brush. Yes, you lose 4 to 5 seconds walking back, but the number of times you don't get your recall stuffed is just kind of worth it. Okay. So, basically, capitalize off a good jungle gank. Nocturne made that work, of course, very well. That was good by him. You managed to take down the Morgana. That was good as well. All good stuff. So I get a BF sword. I have enough money. I have 900 gold on top of that. So I grab a Cloak of Agility as well, and only have 160 gold. So I'm just gonna piece back out and leave the base. So 4 points volley, standard stuff. You of course max Frost Shot second on Ashe. But so we've had the laning phase so far, right? All I've done is really play the minion game. I've played the mid as best I could. I've made some mistakes, actually. Ones that I shouldn't have made. I should probably have, like, at least 7 more CS. Just from, like, easy ones that I saw. Probably even more that I could have done better. I, generally speaking, respected... I think I missed that. No, I did hit it. Okay, cool. I respected Morgana the entire time. With a couple of exceptions, but largely managed to stay alive. I go down mid. This is a general thing that I do as a player. Although they're pushing bottom now, is basically once you take the outer turret and shove the next wave, which we did, I show mid because it allows us to pressure the mid turret and take it down. And being Ashe, I have a lot to provide at 10 minutes into the game. I can throw an arrow down and stun a guy, which I do right here. Ryze dies extremely quickly. He's, of course, having a pretty rough game, 1-3-1, 63 CS. But look, I'm here now to push the mid lane. I clear the wave with my team. Smite comes out. Down it goes. Now, there's some pings on the bottom turret. That's blue team ping and kill the turret. Their team is mid. And I say, you know what? Let's make a decision. We can show up late to bottom, lose the minion wave, and let them pressure. Or we know that their mid laner's dead. Their AD carry supports bottom. So only their jungler and top laner can be here, which is Vi, Shyvana, who are not very good at defending turrets. We're going to have Nocturne, Fiddlesticks, me, and Soraka potentially. Fiddlesticks is kind of low, but we can pressure this. So I want us to go forward. Unfortunately, no one else really wants to. And this ends up being kind of a mistake. I ping it. Fiddle comes back down. Nocturne goes back to the jungle. Fiora's off doing something else. But we have the potential for a very large amount of damage in this turret. You can see here. We get it down to half. But the next wave is pretty far away, and so we unfortunately have to back off pretty quickly. So basically, I showed up, and I think actually my presence is what allowed us to take mid-turret down as quickly as we did. We could have just treaded water in the bottom lane for a while. But basically, I chose to trade mid-outer turret and half of mid-tier 2 for bottom outer. And in my opinion, that's actually a very good choice. One thing I think that people should do in League of Legends and be aware of is it's okay to trade advantage. This is actually a really big mistake by me. So I don't know where Vi went. Turns out she's right here. I wanted us to keep pushing. I actually, for some reason, I was dumb and I thought Nocturne was actually going to come back. I didn't really realize that Fiddlesticks was gone as well. So I have no support, and I wanted to ward this to watch for Vi flanks. Problem is, by doing that, I'm revealed. Vi's right there. I get Q'd in the face. Actually, her Q misses, but she just ults me and I die. The heal from Soraka isn't enough. I get chased down. I fall over. I die. It's really bad play. And then we get caught up in more champions. It's a really bad move.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so I finish Infinity Edge though. I go back down. Whenever you make plays somewhere on the map, you want to get your lanes in good order. When I talk about trading advantages, the best thing to do is, of course, not trade advantages, right? If you can get an advantage without losing anything for it, that's awesome. That's great. But the general thing to do in solo queue, and even in competitive, I think as well, is just make their comeback take longer. So if I spend a little bit of time and I put, so let's see, it's 14 minutes and I show up at the wave. Let's see how long it takes me to push this and the one that meets at river back out. So I walk forward, get the last hit. These are really easy. Right, one more wave here. I might get one more after this. One thing you can do, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this trick or not. Most of you guys will. If you don't know where the enemy minion wave is, by the way, it's actually right here. Look at your mini-map. The turrets are pretty much equidistant, so you're like, oh, hey, my wave that's coming is at tier 2 turret, meaning their wave that's coming is at tier 2 turret as well. Now, the wave that's supposed to show up at river is this one and this one. So I'm hitting the equidistant wave, but I want to get one more, because now it's here. It's going to be, right, it's going to be there. And I want to catch this wave and just clear it out real quick. So now, right, Fiora's pushing in, mid lane's kind of equal. We don't have much ward control here, but I'm pushing this wave up really fast. And it should be pretty safe, largely speaking it is. I don't miss much CS and I run away. Vi really wants me. The flash bind unfortunately hits Morgana. So now I have to play around this. Now, unfortunately, because we had no ward coverage, Caitlyn is actually coming, so they have 3, but like we had no idea who could have been here. And to push this wave is extremely risky. Pushing this wave is easy, but it would have met right here, taken time to build up, and they would have had plenty of time to react and clear the wave out. By pushing this wave, it prompts a response right away. But I didn't hawk shot, even though I'm pretty sure it was up. And so I had no idea that people were coming, and it provides a lot of risk here. So Morgana goes in for the ulti after the binding, but she takes so much damage early on that she's got nowhere to go. I actually ult the Vi to stop the engage, just so that we can try to kill Morgana. And down she goes. Morgana overextended, Vi couldn't follow up in time. And because Morgana never stunned me, and I have an Infinity Edge at 14 minutes, and it took, by the way, only like 30 to 40 seconds to push that wave all the way down to here, and then turn back to the fight. I completely stopped the engage, right? I didn't ult to kill. I ulted as a stop people from doing things, right? I mean, think about how hard it must be to play Ashe against Vi. That's twice now I've like been able to arrow to stop what Vi normally does. So now we can stay against Kate Vi, but that's pretty risky. Honestly, there's not a lot of reason to keep pushing unless we have backup. Which, you know, Nocturne says, hey guys, Dragon's coming up, let's do that instead. And I'm like, that's a great choice. Because we pushed bottom, and because Fiora pushed top, because Fiddle's holding mid, there's nothing that they can gain as an advantage while we're doing Dragon. There's nothing that I really have to go back and buy for. I mean, Fiddle has a bunch of money, but who cares? We just get to take Dragon without much recourse. And I go back to the mid lane to just simply remove the minions because, again, I just want to get it in good order. Now, you can set up wards. This is a good one. This is a good one. You want this one and then this or this if you want to keep split pushing. This is probably the ideal one, actually. Like, right here is important. And I think I think the ideal split push wards are like 1, 2, and 3. Because they'll watch all the rotations through the jungle. So I don't have good enough wards to go any farther than this, because they could come through the jungle and come through this brush. But I get the lane into good shape, miss a CS because I'm bad, and then I recall because I'm just going to buy. There's nothing to really fight for. They've all respawned. There's no way I can force anything, right? I can't force anything around the map because the odds are they're going to be there to react. So I just recall, I buy. Dragon's down off the map. Recall's not going to hurt me. I'm not giving away map control. It's just whatever. And I go Static Shiv because it's really good on Ashe. Kill the minions down, get a lot of money. I missed the arrow, but I think, you know, honestly it's okay. It's a 100-second cooldown. It's not that bad. I get one every 2 minutes. And you just look for picks sometimes. Like, it's fine. Like, yeah, I missed. That's too bad. I'm not going for cross map. I'm just going for like cross screen arrows. I think those are fairly okay. Morgana ward says, oh crap, Dragon's down. You notice that because our lanes have always been pushing, we've always maintained ward control. They're just not really able to do much about us. So I get ganked here by Vi. Vi does some good damage to me. Nocturne's a lifesaver. I think he tanks the Q. Nope, he doesn't. She comes in. I take a lot of damage here. I get wished. So if I have flash up, I can flash the wall. But fear is enough to be fine here. I volley. And I have my crit damage. She's getting frost shotted. She's going to go down. She flashes, but honestly, she's just going to die. So thankfully, I got caught. But again, I've been having a good game so far. The Vi is not... I mean, she's actually pretty big. She has 4 kills. But because Nocturne was on the correct side of the map, I wasn't planning like a counter gank or anything. But Nocturne was really heads up there, and he played that well. Nocturne's playing very well this game. So... push down. Unfortunately, Kate picks up a double kill. They're catching up in money now. I'm just talking about what I'm doing, though. So because I saw a lot of them elsewhere on the map, I guess it was a close fight because I had to recall. I knew that I could actually get some decent coverage bottom. And in fact, I call, and I do it with the support Alaric Ventress. I call and I tell him, hey, give me these split push wards. And you can see the wards is 1, 2, and because mid lane's pushed enough, we don't even need this one that much. And in fact, well, actually it's Nocturne that sees it, but like, generally speaking, if mid's pushed to like here, you don't need this ward. So I know that I can split push safely. They can only come straight at me through the lane. Vi's already ulted, Morgana can't really force things, Kate can't force things, Ryze can't force things. I can push down to this turret completely safely. So I volley, I wave clear, kill what I can. I don't even know who's coming, I don't care. So I'm actually going to go for this turret. There's a chance someone's sneaking into the brush, it's very unlikely. But because I want to know who's lane sneaking, and I'm not likely to get more than one wave anyway, I just hawkshot down to see who's coming. And I'm like, okay, it's Morg, who's got an Ascension, and Caitlyn with a Bloodthirster. I have to give this some respect, and so once Morgana crosses the plane of the minions, I have to back off. The binding hits, which is very impressive, and I take some damage, but there's just no follow-up. I throw a Q down, I throw an arrow down just to be safe, but like, it's not that much risk. I can just back off. I think Morgana could have probably Ascensioned the team in and had a better shot of it. Honestly, it was the long-range Dark Bind hit that was really impressive that got her in. I didn't respect it enough, so that actually got me nearly killed. But I start up blue buff. I don't know if the Fiddle wants it. One thing I do as Ashe actually is I really love killing these smaller parts of the jungle camps because you get 3 to 5 bonus gold from little like crappy guys, which means like no one really cares if little wraiths go down, but for me they're worth 15 bonus gold, which is like, it's not bad. So back to the bottom lane split push. The wards still stand for about a minute and a half. You can see these guys, so I know that I can push back down. Again, the only place they can really be is hiding in a brush like this or that, which is unlikely in solo queue, so I just push. I spam volley. I have a blue buff, right? Low risk. It's not like I need the mana. The cooldown's gonna come back up. And so I get a bunch of gold. And then Vi shows up. She actually jumps. She's actually hiding in this brush right here. But she has no follow-up. So, 2v1. I volley her before she hits. I actually missed the volley. No, I didn't actually hit the volley. She's frost-shotted. I take a lot of burst early on. So I'm down to a third health already. And I'm going to try to move in between attacks. So I attack 1.1 times per second. Meaning if it's not that time again, I should be attacking again. I have to arrow her point blank. Her Q's coming back up. It's up to Soraka to silence her. But as long as I do enough, right, I get her health bar low enough, we're okay. Silence from Soraka. Nope, doesn't come in time, but I do dodge it, and Soraka blocks it. Vi can't reach me anymore. Easy kill. I think, oh, this actually takes a while. She's no longer in range. She's actually running rather quickly. I summon heal to get in range. Doesn't catch. 26 health. No auto attack. Flash ban is not enough. But that's in volley range. So yeah, when you face a bruiser like Vi, the important thing to consider is they are going to burst you, right? Any battle that is AD carry versus another class, you're going to start low on health. The key is, what can you do from that position? For me, it was, well, I can arrow you to build enough distance away that I'm no longer red buff slowed. I am out of range of your E, and I can continually slow you with rank. Actually, screw up and get 2 points in Hawk Shot. It's supposed to be rank 3 Frost Shot. Vi with rank 3 Frost Shot on her cannot catch up to me without charging up her Q. And at that point, it becomes a game of, can I juke your Q? And so what you saw in that fight was I stunned her. I juked around as best I could. And then when she tried to juke into the brush to charge her Q without getting attacked, Hawk Shot revealed her. And I just ate a trap because I'm bad. Dark Binding misses. Kill it, whatever. Okay, so I know there's 2 around. My wards have all died, so split pushing is now very risky. I Hawk Shot that. I see that they're around. I land the double volley, and I'm going like really hard for this, which is super risky. But Soraka's nearby, and Fiddlesticks is nearby, so I'm basically baiting right here. The slow comes out, the binding lands, my arrow's down. If that binding hadn't hit, I'd be in better shape, but I timed the black shield. I get the stun. This fear is a little bit early. If he had feared later, we would have gotten the kill easier. I guess we got it anyway. Soraka takes a bunch of damage. I tank too many turret shots. Fiddlesticks is a bro, though. He actually, unfortunately, walked in a turret range to do it, but at the end of the day, time the black shield.
Red team has slain the dragon.
I really did time the black shield, though.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Alright, so I recall again, right? Bottom lane, I had no mini wave, I was low on health, their jungler respawned, I didn't want to go for that anymore. And so you're seeing one common trend with this, right? Is like, I only have 1 death, I've been fought a lot. But I'm doing a lot of fairly low risk plays. I've made some mistakes, I've actually made some high risk plays that I shouldn't have. But largely, I'm not really putting myself in danger, right? I'm not overextending very much. This is the thing you'll see with a lot of pro players as well, is they almost never die stupidly. One of the big reasons that people lose games is by diving and dying stupidly. This one's not so much timed, but I do hit Rise, so, you know, that was intentional. So, I put in the volley, I put in the damage, I'm just doing whatever. Fiora has to flash. Rise gets to rejoin the fight. Morgana ultis for 1, which just costs a flash. I believe Dark Binding is already down, but I have to be afraid of Rise, and Rise is going to dumpster me. I did not respect Rise nearly enough, and I let him get in on me, and I got destroyed. The flash wasn't worth it, I got dumpstered. I'm going to give away a lot of kills here. And so again, this is something that like a pro like Doublelift wouldn't do, but someone like me does do, is I didn't respect Rise flashing and killing me. And as soon as he did, I got shit on. We get this weird re-engage where we get a couple of kills. Nocturne does some damage. I believe he gets the Caitlyn almost, but not quite. Fiddlesticks doesn't get enough damage either. We go like another 2 for 2. But we stopped him from doing Baron, which is not bad. So, I'm just going to go kill some random things. So I'm 4-2-4. It's an okay score. I've hit some good arrows. I've been largely risk-averse this game. But we're only up 4 kills. We're up 4,500 gold. It's not a large margin. Actually, sorry, 5,500 gold. It's a decent margin, but it's not game-winning. It's just a lead. But again, I noticed that the wave is pushing in. Notice that the only time I've ever missed a wave bottom is when I decided to push the mid lane turret instead. I have the highest CS on my team, higher CS than anyone in the game on their team. I am tied for first place in CS because I'm never sacrificing minions unless I'm doing something else for it, like killing a turret. This is important. It is your job to maintain your own lane. I can't tell you the number of times I've been like support Cassiopeia or something just cause, and I've had to take someone else's lane because they won't do it. It is very important that you never give away this free source of golden experience. And again, their AD carry's dead. We have a ward, it's good enough. We saw Ryze, we see Vi. We know Vi's coming down, which means we only get this wave at most. So, one more attack, and then we should leave unless we know there's no one else coming. Now, we know Kate's dead. I don't believe we know much more about their team, though. So it's a little bit risky to keep pushing here. And surprisingly, here they come. Apparently I broke the pause button. Can't pause anymore. That's fine. And so you can see, I got ruined because of that. That was a bad play. I can no longer pause. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm hitting P and nothing's happening. You can see the icon changing. Okay. So unfortunately I did this time sacrifice bottom wave a little bit. I forget why. I probably should have just gone to bot, because it's going to push up and reach my turret. I think because it's later in the game and I really care about red buff. I think that's my main reasoning why. Arrow's up fairly soon. Fight in mid lane doesn't matter. I shouldn't be going double golems. I'm actually slow to react here. I shouldn't have gone towards top. I do miss a wave bottom though, which is actually a couple hundred gold. I finally show up now. I let kill wolves on the way because it doesn't really matter. It's free gold kind of on the rotation. So I missed like a wave and a half, but I pushed it back out. Again, my main goal is to shove it out so I don't have to deal with it for a while. I don't want it to be a thing I have to be concerned with. And as long as I'm like taking some of the jungle or whatever else, I'm still fairly useful. I get a nice arrow on Morgana. The slow helps us get Shyvana at least a little bit. Yeah, the fear ruins Vi pretty hard. She's going to jump the wall pretty easily. Nice attempt by Nocturne. He tried to get in front, but couldn't quite do it. She gets the ulti. Q plus tether should be enough to get the kill. But she's going to try to jump away again. Yeah. Fiddle just broke his own Crow Storm, but whatever. And then we just get him engaged. I'm still like pushing the wave in because like, I mean, I'm not that useful in the fight. They're all mostly dead anyway, and I can't easily chase. I don't run very fast. So I push the wave in right here. And now I go for the turret. One of the big things I saw when I started watching pro play very closely is in sieges, AD carries almost always just hit the turret. Almost always. They just sit there and hit the turret. Like 99% of the time, they go for the turret. And I've used that to guide my gameplay. If you hit the turret, you will almost never drop turret aggro, because you're not hitting champions and pulling it. You still can, it is possible. It is just less likely. You also guarantee that you remove their highest DPS member from the team, kind of. One of their highest, and you guarantee advantage. And again, I don't respect Ryze. I take a bunch of damage. I have to flash and summoner heal. I get healed by Soraka as well. And then they re-engage. And I'm like, okay, well, the Zonias will keep him fairly safe. I land volley. Fiora flash try to get in range, but didn't quite. We back out again. Okay, nothing really gained. I overextended. I shouldn't have. Whenever you siege like this, you kill like an inhibitor. Generally speaking, if you got an inhib because of a siege, they're probably going to respawn in time and you're not going to get much else out of it. If you full ace them, you can take a bunch, but learn to pay attention to respawn timers. when you're playing a game of League of Legends. Because it's very important that you don't get ruined by like overstaying, being half health, and being like, oh crap, they respawned, and they Baron. The worst thing you can do is have a lead, overstay, and give away Baron. Right? If you just take the inhib in peace, you're good. You got a guaranteed advantage. Your potential upside is honestly very small if you stay. You're not likely to just like siege out their inhibitors. Oh, I got another arrow across mid. Get off the team. Nocturne dies though. I don't get to defend very much. We're kind of behind here. But I hit the front line. I'm trying to hit Shyvana. I get binded. Those really good bind by Morg. I get really good damage onto our Fiora, so she ults. I look for more damage. I want to get Morg, but I overextend to do it, and now I have to respect Ryze. So I just shoot Ryze because I know he can kill me. So I just want to get rid of him as soon as possible. Thankfully, they don't have many attack damage stuns. So I mean, he would have died to me anyway, but Fiora goes in. And Riposte doesn't do anything. If she had... Yeah, I mean, she had no reason to go in because I would have killed him. So she sacrificed herself. She stole the kill and sacrificed herself, but it's fine. The Fiora on Kate's really good. Whatever. I basically went into a fight where we were undermanned, and I got lucky that Ryze overextended. I wasn't really going to get much of an upside. So again, right, I got punished for a fairly bad play. I limped into a fight that we really didn't need. We are still growing a gold lead because we're getting all the dragons and turrets, but you can still see that kills are very close. CS we're continuing to grow on as well, I believe, in most roles. So bottom lane is not really in danger. It's actually going to push down, so I'm going to the top lane instead because that was on our side of the map. Also, being on the top side makes me near Baron. Our team is going to set up Baron jungle anyway, so this keeps me fairly safe. If anyone jumps me, I actually have teammates around, so like splitting top is fairly easy when Baron's an objective. Also, just my general knowledge of where they are and where they would be, upper jungle anyway. I can always hawkshot to reveal if I need to. We're getting wards down now, as you can see. And Nocturne's going to go for a play mid, that's fine. Which means that we're also pretty much safe to fight anywhere else we want, so we just push top. Some really good damage, Kate's in a bad spot. Nocturne, yeah, well, she barriers. So unfortunately, Shyvana rotates in. So the only reason we're doing well this fight is because we're just stronger in the 3 versus 5. Now the thing is, we shouldn't be engaging that fight because Nocturne would know that we had 2 top. So he actually makes a very low odds play by going for this, but we're just so far ahead it doesn't matter. He just dives in, we get a lot of damage, Morg misses the binding. The thing is, the push for the top turret was the right play, strategically, because our team was in control of this jungle. We could rotate in around here and make the play, and we could always rotate back to Baron. But knowing that that turret's dead, pushing for top inhibitor is not worth it. They have 30-second death timers. I should instead rotate back to the mid lane and push down turrets. Then the arrow. Kill the Caitlyn. I always auto-attack then W. Because auto-attack has shorter range. Your W is going to hit afterwards for sure. Whereas if you W then auto-attack, they might start running away from you while the W is in midair. I increased my gold for 10. My gold stats by hitting minions and close the game out. So there we go. Victory.